including here at the Rico in the final in 2013. Our commentators for this one are Alan McManus and David Hendon, but first let's get the players out with our MC, Phil Seymour.
Good afternoon, a very warm welcome to the ManBet X Champion of Champions here at the Rico Arena in Coventry. This is the semi-final session in group number 4. It's the best of 7 frames and it's time now to meet the players. We begin with the 2015 Champion of the World and the reigning English Open Champion, Stuart Ballrun Bingham. And his opponent, he's a 5-time champion of the world, the 2-time champion of champions, and the reigning UK and Masters champion, it's the Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Well, Ronnie O'Sullivan doesn't live in Coventry, but this feels like his home tournament. 4 appearances, 4 times in the final, 2 titles. It's the sort of event he loves. 1 table, just the best in the world here. He's up against his fellow Essex man, Stuart Bingham, best of 7.
The first frame, Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
In the 2 years he won the title, 2013 and 2014, he beat Bingham both times, first in the final and then the following year in the first round. Pushed the red at the table, but he's got a good cue ball. Bingham's only beaten him 3 times in 16 meetings, but one of them, of course, was in the World Championship that he won in 2015.
Yeah, and he's also beaten him the other twice in the UK Championship, wasn't it? So he's beaten him on big occasions as Stuart in the past. Who is going to be first to the punch this afternoon in this mouth-watering group? Group 4. We spoke about conditions yesterday. Absolutely dreamy conditions out there, and both players will utilise that. Both enjoy this type of, you know, Stuart 5 ranking wins. He's won once in China, but the other 4 wins, once in Australia, which are actually very similar conditions to the kind of winter in the UK. He's won the Welsh, the English, and of course at the Crucible.
Well, we've not seen much of O'Sullivan this season. He's played in 2 tournaments, but he won the first of them in Shanghai and was a semi-finalist in the second of them at the English Open. Tournament, of course, that was won by his opponent today, Stuart Bingham.
Actually no attempt at the pot there, that was just a safety shot by Stuart. If he got anywhere close to that pot, he was going to cannon the red right of the black, so that was clever. As I say, massively important the first who strikes the first blow this afternoon being best of 7. Amazing stat by Neil, wasn't it, that 20 of the last 21 wins by Ronnie in a best of 7.
Yeah, Neil's a bit of an anorak on the quiet, actually. He's dug that out from somewhere, hasn't he? He's been up all night looking that one up, I think. Yeah, it's amazing. And, of course, it was Elliot Slessor who beat him in the Northern Ireland Open last season in Belfast. I do think, though, that the nature of the tournament certainly appeals to O'Sullivan. We heard what he thought of Crawley, and the English Open. Wasn't a great fan, I think it's fair to say. He likes this sort of environment. One table, the elite. That's why, you know, he's won the Masters 7 times. He's obviously won this twice. Never not been in the final. Yeah, that long red. It's just too early to take something like that on. Playing figure of 8, this has got to be accurate. A figure of 8 safety just below the blue. Yeah, good shot. And at this level, with this calibre of player, you know they're both going to perform well, should they get the chances. It's almost, these days, sometimes it's the mistakes that you don't make that are the important thing. It just sends both players here eager to keep the other out early doors. Yeah, it's a classy safety shot again.
One.
Yeah, this time Ronnie does pull the trigger. He was always going to cannon that red, so that was important. He got the pot. He was disappointed not to be on the black, but at least he's back in control. Cue ball in the baulk cushion.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 1.
Even that safety shot Ronnie played, you would think with the reds in the right half of the table, put the cue ball in that half of the table. Not on this occasion. Just block the left side. No route back. Basically asking Stuart a question here, asking him, he's, you know, you've got to come up with something. Very clever that by O'Sullivan. I wonder if there's a little plant. Yeah, he's coming round to look now. Little plant to nothing. Not sure it's on. Yeah, maybe second red won't go past, so just a safety up behind green. Obviously didn't pour it, but he'll be happy with the way he struck that. He struck that so well.
Yeah, the red near the right cushion, he wants to leave that where it is, because that's the blocker for the return and safety that he's looking to leave, Ronnie. So he doesn't want to play off that red. That's why he's just having a scan at the others. Possible shot to nothing. Top red of the 4 in a line. Oh, he played the other one. Oh, what a pot. What a pot.
1.
Not remotely
5.
troubled by leaving a mid-distance red. Bread and butter. Oh dear, that was a wide though.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 5.
See that coming. I say he was quite happy to leave a cue ball top side of the blue. Missed many of those in the season.
This is where Stuart Bingham needs to try and make hay, because I'm sure he expected O'Sullivan to pot it. I guess whoever you are, it might take just a bit of time to settle. This is a big match, it's a big tournament. As I say, O'Sullivan's never not been in the final, so there's a lot of expectation surrounding him in this tournament. But Bingham, we know, is in form. He's just recently won a tournament, the English Open.
Six.
Just at the weekend, he won the
7.
Ron Gross Memorial Pro-Am. That's the thing with Stuart Bingham, isn't it? You know, he loves playing. He'll find something to play in somewhere. It doesn't matter how big, how small it is. Just loves it.
$13. 14.
Always enjoy watching players' demeanour in the balls. You'll notice with Stuart, when he's walking around the table, he's always got his eyes fixated on the bed of the cloth, bed of the table.
21.
Ronnie, when we get to see him, he kind of looks around, almost showing off, but Stuart full of concentration. As Dave said, he'll know that so important that it's punish O'Sullivan. That's what you've got to do.
$27. 28. $34. 35.
Yeah, it's the first time he's just lost the cue ball, just a hair. This means the next reds he's going to have to work the cue ball when playing it. So important little shot coming up this.
41.
This nice cloth, he may feel he can even hold for black. Yeah, good shot. But
42.
there's no easy red from the black, and the pink is pretty similar. I say, it wasn't that shot, was that last red 2 or 3 shots ago, landing too low in the pink? It gave him a problem. And we know what Ronnie's like, should he get the chance to make a counter clearance.
$49.
Yeah, just the safety, as I said before, at this level it's almost the little mistakes that you make are what you pay for. There's a lot of
Bingham,
good stuff
49.
in there, obviously. The break comes to a premature end. Eyeing up the red, so it does go now. What's he going to do with the cue ball? This will tell us a story. Hold for blue, play it with confidence, or go back for baulk colours. Played it with confidence, and right in the heart of the pocket.
That's a great sign, isn't it, for Stuart Bingham and his supporters? Cued that so sweetly, but also, as you say, holding for the blue, almost expecting to pot it. And he did, so second chance to win the first frame. You have to take the game to O'Sullivan. He can intimidate players so easily. Got to try and give him some of his own medicine back. This hasn't finished great though.
6.
Just not on the red as intended.
Yeah, probably spin in and out of baulk. You're almost playing a cannon on the brown. Any cannon on the brown,
7.
he's nice on green or yellow. Well, that'll just about do. Is he on the... Oh, he's not on the yellow, is he? Dear me. Again, it was just, it got so deep into the cue ball there that the responsive cloth. He was definitely playing the cannon on the brown, and
7.
another premature end to the break. .50 lead, so it's important, Ronnie. Well, if not make contact with the red this time, then definitely next. Just 59 left.
Foul. And the miss, Stuart Bingham 4.
Almost what you call a good bad one, that, wasn't it? It was a good shot, but of course it's not all that difficult to hit a red, so it'll always go back.
Okay. Foul. The miss, Stuart Bingham 4.
Well, now he's got problems. 58 in it, 59 on. If Bingham puts it back, he's got to hit one, but he could take the red on. That's what he's doing. If it goes in, O'Sullivan needs snookers. But it's not there, so frame not over yet.
Funny thing about that was
I called it. Yeah.
Ronnie actually was watching Stuart the whole time, hoping that Stuart would take that red on. So perhaps, I know it's hindsight, but I think he should have put Ronnie back in there and force him to hit a red. Still just in this, and he's going to try and release these two. just one of them. Oh, that's the last thing he needed.
Did not want that in.
1.
Gonna have to pop the brown, but he'll need a snooker. Be 53 behind with 51 on.
Just looking at this here, he's checking the scoreboard now. I'd be going
5.
red-pink here. He's played for black, but that's no good. Maybe still on it
6.
in a fashion, but this obviously has to go.
$13. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 13. Yeah.
Well, in
Frank
fact,
conceded,
because
Frank
he's
Stuart
snookered and needs one himself, he's going to stay in his seat. He did have an early chance. He missed that mid-distance red. In the end, Stuart Bingham has done enough to take the opening frame. It's 1-4 to reach the group final this evening. Stuart Bingham leads Ronnie O'Sullivan here in Coventry by 1 frame to 0. O'Sullivan 1-0
frame.
in
Stuart
the
Bingham
first round here, the champion of champions.
Little bonus, little flick in the black, just knocking that on and releasing the red. Dear. Don't see that very often. A, missing the blue, and
6.
B, flicking it straight up the cushion.
7.
Well, what a difference this could make to the whole match. O'Sullivan looking to settle, he's missed it. It's gone all the way down the cushion and just dropped.
$11.
Even the best sometimes need a bit of luck.
$12.
Good thing about playing on a nice cloth, playing top side of this blue,
90.
you fancy him to finish where he wants. See, the cue ball will just glide up.
20.
Easy to finish with a nice angle on it. He's a wee bit thinner than intended, but should be okay. Big shot. Nowhere near, was it? Let's be honest.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 20.
He played it so quickly, I thought he, I know he plays quick anyway, but almost played it too quick. Didn't give it the due care and attention. You see, it was on the thin side.
Well, he'll be livid with himself. because O'Sullivan hasn't settled yet, and that was a chance to again step in and take advantage. He's not done that. He's given O'Sullivan a chance immediately. Well, he's slightly covered actually by the black. He's been a little fortunate there, Bingham. Wow. It just dropped. Such an acute angle as well to that middle pocket. And it was do or die. He was always going to be leaving the red to the right corner.
8.
Let's just
9.
watch him here. I think he's got the sort of just a quick style today. Sometimes he plays more studious way, but today there's just no messing.
16.
It's clearly going to be his game plan.
17.
Very instinctive around the black spot.
24. 25. 32. 33. 40. 41.
So from looking distinctly rocky in this frame in this match, he's now got the balls at his mercy to level up. And that's why, as I say, Bingham will be livid that he didn't pot that red when he got the chance.
47. 48.
He needs snookers. In the blink of an eye, you've got to say.
55. 56.
61 in just 3 minutes and counting.
61. 62.
Yeah, definitely got a charge on. It'll be interesting as the match develops if he keeps up that pace.
69. 70. 77.
So from struggling badly,
78.
he's now got a chance to make a century. Got in with that terrific red to the middle.
82. 84.
He's on 957 centuries for his career, closing in on a historic 1,000.
87. 91. 96.
This pink then, and it's another one for the collection.
102.
just suddenly came to life, didn't he? Quite a few errors
109 in the frame,
early
Ronnie
part of the
O'Sullivan.
match, but that was magnificent. A clearance of 109 from Ronnie O'Sullivan, the twice champion of champions winner, and he's levelled up. Entry has brought him all square here, one each with Stuart
Frame
Bingham.
3. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
The only way is Essex in Coventry. It's Chigwell's Ronnie O'Sullivan against Basildon's Stuart Bingham. Still to come, John Higgins against Ryan Day. Well, this happened in the first frame when he broke off. He brought a red just down past the blue, and this time Bingham looking to cut it in.
One. Eight. Nine.
Yeah, a little wins by Ronnie here. It's not a brilliant shape of pack to go into. He's not going to get the cue ball top side of the pink spot going into them from here, so he may elect to play for that loose red up near the yellow. It is a risk if he plays into them, but he's going in. Yeah, you see, he was never going to get the cue ball up the table. He's got one to the left middle, but far from easy.
16.
Oh, sweet as a nut. Absolutely sweet.
17.
Yeah, that's two reds now into that pocket in this match. In the previous frame, he made a century off the initial pot to that left middle. So from looking a little fragile early on, suddenly this is the Ronnie
22.
O'Sullivan that we've seen here in Coventry. Switch of hands for this red.
23. $30. 31.
So he's going to reap the rewards potentially of that break-off shot, which left the red on, but Bingham didn't pot it. Wasn't guaranteed by any means.
36. 37.
Average shot time so far for O'Sullivan, 15 seconds.
$43. 44. 51. 52.
Always think with quick players as well, one of the assets that they carry is that when you play that quick, the body seems to be more relaxed. You know, you're kind of breezing round the table.
59.
Quite busy actually, O'Sullivan. You see him there, little sharp movements, but just keeps everything flowing.
60. $66.
So again, really in the blink of an eye, he's a couple of balls away from taking the lead in this match.
$67.
Stuart Bingham has had one shot in
73.
this frame, and it's the only shot he's going to have.
74. $79. $80.
Stephen, great fan of players trying to clear the table. You can bet Ronnie will keep Stuart Bingham glued to his chair for as long as possible. A little unlucky with the cannon.
86. $87.
Yeah, you talk about players that the reason I'm saying Ronnie trying to he'll be keen to clear up here, keep Stuart in his chair, because as we know, and a lot of even players talk about
90.
it, Ronnie can mesmerise his opponents by just
91.
the nature of the way he does it, and that's what's been happening the last couple of frames now. David said, blink of an eye, 2-1 in front,
96.
from really looking not good at all early doors.
97.
Yeah, this break 6 minutes 20 seconds blue for back-to-back centuries. Just majestic.
102.
Down to 14 seconds a shot now.
104.
And the referee, I'll tell you, Paul
107.
Colley's done a great job here, just keeping out of his way. He's had to be really quick himself getting into position. But he's one of the
111.
best in the business. He's made a century himself, Paul. He's a good player, so he can predict the shots, knows where to stand. Just keep out the player's way.
116.
Yeah, I said mesmerising. That's what the end of this break's been. Brilliant stuff.
It really is brilliant.
116 on the frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
The Ronnie O'Sullivan procession continues here in Coventry this afternoon. Stuart Bingham had one shot. He missed the initial red. Ronnie O'Sullivan did the rest. And he's leading now here at the Ricoh by 2 frames to 1. Frame, but he's in trouble now. O'Sullivan's made back-to-back centuries.
The 4th frame. Stuart Bingham to break.
Clearly taking the pot on as he wants to pot it, but as long as he gets close to it, he'll probably get the cue ball back up top side of the blue somewhere, maybe even in bulk. You see, he didn't really get close to it. Oh, and the cannon he does not want. That is the last thing he needed. Is that a little sign of just what's going on the last 15 or 20 minutes with the 2 centuries by Ronnie? He's got Stewart in the back foot.
One.
Yeah, what he's seen last 2 frames is that 2 missed reds from him have cost him 2 frames, 2 the O'Sullivan centuries. And they say these things come in threes.
5. Six.
Little test of Kuhn. Back up for blue.
11.
No, struck it beautifully.
12.
I'd be surprised here. The 2 reds above and to the left of the black almost play a little cannon on those 2 reds. He got deeper than that. Played on the loose one. Brilliant shot again.
14.
That's what you can do on a
15.
super slick cloth, as this is.
$22. $23. $25. 26.
Yeah, this has to be accurate. The extreme right hand red. Cannon just the left half of it. Oh, he's gone in full bore.
Foul.
I thought that was the wrong
Ronnie
shot.
O'Sullivan,
All right, he's
26,
been aggressive.
Stuart
We know
Bingham,
that.
5.
But I think if he plays a cannon on the outside red there, he was almost guaranteed to be on one. That was a bit risky. We seen Ding, didn't we, yesterday, play that shot and push a red in. Of course, he didn't know an awful lot about it. Now, Stuart Bingham, what can he get going?
One.
This is the situations actually in matches where the match sharpness comes in handy.
8.
You know, a good start, 1-0 up, and then you sat down for 20 minutes. You need to respond. When you've got the match sharpness under your belt, you feel like you can handle it. As the boys said in the studio, winning the
9.
English Open and that Pro-Am that the Ron Gross Pro-Am just recently, all good for sharpness.
$16. 17.
A little scoreboard check here. So black puts him 3 in front. 4 reds, 4 blacks would be 32, and 3 is 35. So He's going to need the last red to win the frame at this visit, so he'll already be thinking about it.
$24. 25. $32. 33. $40.
Keeps checking the scoreboard, I think, just to make sure he's done the maths right.
$41.
He pots black, red, black, then O'Sullivan can only tie.
Yes, speaking about how important
48.
the response was. This has been excellent so far.
49.
Probably be thinking about, should I play for a double on the red? Yeah, I think he's played for it. Cue ball down behind the black spot, so anything really but top knuckle of the middle pocket.
56. Stuart Bingham, 56.
Well, it's a good 56 from Bingham, considering the way he was battered and bruised in the previous two frames. He leads by 35 with 35 available. Well, a chance, this thin red. It's a little fortunate that last shot that he got the snooker. Oh, it's not there. So, a chance for O'Sullivan. He needs to black off the red and the six colours to tie the frame. Well, yeah, I mean, he had to play it slow, obviously,
Stuart
to
Bingham,
try
4
and
frame
stay on the
conceded,
black.
frame Stuart Bingham.
Must have veered off course there. And he's conceded the frame. And Bingham must be delighted with 2-2, considering everything that's happened in the last half an hour. So, all square here in Coventry, with 4 the target for a place in the group final tonight. Ronnie O'Sullivan and Stuart Bingham are level at 2 frames apiece. Dramatic match here, quite a dramatic end to that 4th frame. Stuart Bingham delighted to win it to level at 2-2.
Okay. Frame 5. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Ronnie O'Sullivan is on 94% pot success, Bingham 79, but the fact is it's level.
This is more of a comfortable shot to nothing. Stuart Bingham will actually half fancy this because he knows there's no cannon on any other red. He didn't really get close to the pot, but I say the good thing was always getting a good cue ball.
Oh my word, what a pot. And he knew he was leaving the red.
Look at the cue ball, perfect top side of the blue. This again. Talking about the response by Stuart Bingham in the last frame. Ronnie replies in kind, and he's off and running again.
6. 7.
Said before it, the mental blows that you take out there, even the best of 7 match that you have to recover from, you just got to have that mental fortitude to be able to respond, and that was a stunning long red.
Yeah, and even at the end of that last frame, when he's played that really slow red, the cue ball's drifted offline. He just
14.
sort of nodded his head. He didn't stamp his feet or bang his cue about it, just nodded his head, OK, on with the next one.
15. $22.
Yes, he just wants
23.
to be just off straight low in this next red. He's actually lower now than he was a second ago. A little shake of the head.
30.
So big shot this coming up. Red's going to be spreading far and wide, probably back for black. Oh, brilliant shot. That was a brilliant shot.
31.
The thing I liked about it, he didn't overplay it, he didn't overhit it.
Yeah, a little Jurish on the black, a couple of oohs and ahs in the
38.
crowd.
$39.
Just playing really aggressive snooker even in that last frame. You know, he went into the pack, didn't he? That's what cost him, because obviously from the blue a red went in. Just going all out today.
46. 47. $54. $55. $60. 61.
So after just over 4 minutes, we arrive at frame ball.
68.
Ooh, caught the near jaw and stayed out.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 68.
That was for the frame, that red.
One.
Needed it in. You can only
Still
tie
Bingham
now.
one.
Of course, the worst part is he's left the red to the middle. So as Sullivan gets his second chance to kill this off, and you can see Bingham sitting down, thinking of what could have been there, annoyed.
One. Eight.
.75 in front with
Ronnie
59
O'Sullivan,
on.
8.
Bingham's coming back to the table, but it's a long way back from here.
Yeah. Frame conceded. Frame
Yeah, and he's
Ronnie
left the red
O'Sullivan.
on, so he's conceded. Well, O'Sullivan initially missed frame ball on 68, but immediately got another chance. And he's now just one away from the group final here in Coventry this evening. He's leading Stuart Bingham by 3 frames to 2. Ronnie O'Sullivan leads Stuart Bingham 3-2.
Frame 6. Stuart Bingham to break.
Bingham did have an outside chance in that last frame. He didn't get on the initial black quite as intended, and he missed it and left a red to the middle. That was that.
Yeah, it was a good shot that actually from Ronnie. Pretty much guaranteed that the return by Stewart would give Ronnie advantage here in this little safety battle, which not had many of them. But long red obviously fancies it. He played as some kind of shot to nothing cue ball to left cushion. That's what he tried, but he's left a red that you'd normally fancy Stewart to get. So a big shot coming up.
Yeah, and the thing is, O'Sullivan's played the best snooker in the match. All the stats favour him, but he's still only 1 frame in front. Bingham's still in this match. That's what you've got to tell himself. It's only 3-2.
Yeah, a little plant in the middle here, so don't want to get. He's just going to stun the cue ball dead, is he? Yeah, wanted to. Oh, he's almost a double kiss screw back off the red that he played, but I think he's still on it, just about. Be hoping that the pink will go in the blue spot. Will be tight. Paul Collier have a little measure at this. Yeah, plenty of room for it. So that's not good news. Yeah, so keen here to get on the blue to play into the bunch of reds. Doesn't have to. Nice half ball yellow. Gives him access to a loose red. Just depends how much he fancies it. Just bridging over the brown. That's why he's electing for the yellow. So that'll keep.
Ten.
Yeah, at least this time he's not hampered.
11.
So, big shot coming up. Blue, natural into the reds. How's your luck? Not brilliant.
16. Stuart Bingham, 16.
Yeah, could certainly have been on an easier red than that.
Now that Ronnie's 3-2 in front, he's actually just a wee bit more considered, just taking an extra bit of time now in each shot. Bump in the middle pocket, but barring a plant being on, at least he's not left anything. Yeah, I wonder if Ronnie will take this apex red on the bunch. It's a natural deep screw back up, probably even into bulk. Oh, beautiful shot. What a piece of cueing.
1.
Yeah, he's just not held back at all afternoon, has he? Early on in the match, first frame and a bit, looked a little rusty, but once he clicked into gear, he's been so aggressive.
Yeah, just important here he finishes nice on the next red. That's the key to this. It doesn't look a brilliant chance just yet, but to get that pink back in the spot, it could be right in business here, Ronnie.
5.
Might go back for blue one more time. Was that a kick?
6.
Or did he just not cue it properly? Little shake of the head.
Foul. Ronnie O'Sullivan,
Well,
6.
was
Stuart
obviously
Bingham,
looking
5.
to avoid the brown, but to knock it in, it's pretty unlucky. I know if he doesn't hit it, he can't pot it, but even so, seemed unlucky to actually knock the brown in.
Yeah, just the red going up for blue, it just seemed like maybe a dull contact, but perhaps I'm not mistaken, he may just have not cued it properly. This will take a piece of cue and pot this red and avoid the cannon.
One.
Yeah, so 8 behind. 6 pinks is 42. You're still going to need at least 1, probably 2 of the more difficult reds there when they frame
8.
at this visit.
$14. 15.
Yeah, I think the red will just about go, won't it? They want to be straight on it. Might not have all the pocket, but being straightish on it, it shouldn't be a problem. So
21.
6-point lead. He'll probably just play this in the right half as we see it, the right half of the pocket.
22.
And now he's having a look.
$28.
And the problem
29.
for Stuart Bingham here is obviously not only is Ronnie the best there is in this type of situation, but in terms of bringing other reds into play, he's as good as, well, anyone's ever seen. He'll already have that little plan set in his mind.
35.
Probably the red nearest the right middle pocket would be the one that he'd be playing
36.
the cannon on. He might even land high on this red and bring it off the cushion, off the red. 27 in front.
42.
Yes, he played it.
43.
Oh, what a shot that is. What a shot.
48.
Is he going to deep screw this, push the other red over the middle? No, he didn't quite get enough of it.
49.
You'd fancy him if he gets anywhere near being on a double, I think he'd be playing the blue. Unless he plays the pink. I don't know if he could deep screw the red out. He's maybe too straight for that. But he can't play for the double off the pink. Yeah, blue will be the shot.
$55.
Well, clean as a whistle.
55.
And Bingham needs snookers. He's just really attacked the game today, Ronnie O'Sullivan. He looked so confident after just a slightly uncertain
60.
start in the first frame. Came back with those back-to-back centuries. Traps Bingham in a snooker here. 45 behind with 35
Ronnie
on.
O'Sullivan 60.
Bang in trouble. Even if he hits this, if he leaves it on, it's over. He knows that. He'll look back at a couple of missed chances for himself, but it's been a bit of an onslaught at times for Stuart Bingham to endure. Bingham was willing the red to run to the cushion. Well, that did not go to plan, as you can see. Well, he snookered, but I'll tell you what, it's better than the red going in the pocket, from Bingham's point of view.
Yeah, we always saying that this kind of situation that Stuart's in, though, he needs 3 snookers, but in reality he probably needs 23, because Ronnie will hit the vast majority of them, you would think. Still being careful though, that's good to see. Strange things can happen, free balls and whatnot, but being careful. Yeah, trouble is I say, even getting a snooker, it's probably not going to be good enough. He wants one with the red close to an object ball. I see there he's trying to leave it near the blue, but he's certainly not going to get a free ball, I wouldn't think anyway. Mind you,
Foul.
that's not going to be one, but
Stuart Bingham 4.
wasn't a million miles away from being behind the yellow.
.41 in it then, with 35 on. 2 snookers needed now. Cue ball's going close to the middle. It's going close. Wow.
Foul.
Now it's just 1 snooker.
Stuart Bingham 4.
Yeah, and that makes a difference in terms of a red and a pink, followed by yellow. Cue ball up behind the green. Push the green down this end, and cue ball tight in behind the brown might be the plan. So it's actually quite important here that Ronnie doesn't leave a pot in the red. Think of a lot of players that would already have that plan in their mind. Mark Selby's, John Higgins, players of that nature.
Well, his first century in frame 2 started with a really good pot to this left middle. It's what got him going this afternoon. Not to be there though.
Yeah, and here's that chance I was talking about. Red, pink, play for yellow. Be amazed if he doesn't play that. Yeah, nice angle too. Doesn't want to be straight in the yellow, that's the only thing. Oh, and he is.
7.
So drag the cue ball back, try and punch the green in and out of bulk and tight in behind the brown.
9.
See, the other reason he wants the cue ball the other side of that green. If he had the right angle, he could have maybe even brought the black into play while getting the snooker. But can't do that now, obviously. Yeah, good shot.
Stuart Bingham 9.
And not a certainty, far from it, to hit this. Free ball possibilities abound should he miss it. All sorts of things could happen. Ah, good hit. Very good. Must keep the green in the middle of the table. in playing this. Good shot again. Once again, probably expect Ronnie to hit it, but at least he's asking him the question. That's the thing about it. Free ball possibilities again where the pink is. He played it slow. Good stuff though, this from Stuart Bingham, isn't it? Just to, you know, keep himself in. 45 behind with one red, you think, oh, it's done and dusted, but he stuck to his task well.
He's putting him through it all right. It's a bit like the school bell's gone, but you stay behind for an exam. And he's not guaranteed to get out of this yet. Obviously the black being on the cushion at the moment favours O'Sullivan. That is one thing in his favour, but Bingham's got 2 snookers, just needs one more.
Super shot again. Yeah, the difficulty here, you don't play many of this type of shot. You don't play many of them, but that's another good hit. Good stuff from both players right now. I think he's just taking medicine here. I think he's just going to try and promote the black and get the green safe. Yeah, that's what he's played. That's actually a very clever shot, because where the black is now is premium location to get in behind. Yeah, cue ball in behind Brown here, I would imagine. Maybe get some help from the blue, and he has done once again. Wee bit fortunate there by Ronnie. See where that black is now, you can see the green, but you can't see it thick enough without the swerve anyway to get in behind the black. At least he's kept the green safe, so he's bought himself another shot at it.
Well, it's a chance at the green. And it would mean that Bingham would be back to 3 snookers needed.
Three.
Bingham could pop the brown. It'd be 2 on the blue he would need.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 3.
Well, surely if this goes in, then it's all over, finally. Yes, he was put through his paces there, but he stayed patient.
4. Nine.
Well, I think everyone felt that.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 15.
So Ronnie O'Sullivan's march towards a 5th Champion of Champions final continues. He's into the group final tonight. The highlights were the back-to-back centuries of 109 and 116 in frames 2 and 3. He's beaten Stuart Bingham by 4 frames to 2.
Fascinating final frame as well, which lasted about a third of the length of the entire match, Neil.
Yeah, it wasn't really in keeping with what we saw, you know, because Stuart nearly pulled off what was probably the impossible by getting all those snookers. But aside from all that, you know, Ronnie played pretty well in the end. A few sort of scary moments, Stephen, were there not, where he didn't look like he was on all cylinders at the beginning?
First frame and a half, Ronnie looked like he hadn't played snooker for 2 or 3 weeks. He was playing the kind of shots that you wouldn't associate with Ronnie. Bad positional, pots missed by a mile. But, you know, as we're going to see, Stuart Bingham had a chance in the second frame, let him off the hook a wee bit, and from then on, I mean, he did what Ronnie does, the 2 centuries in about 10 minutes, put paid to the match.
Let's take a look back at how he won this one then.
He's as devastating as ever, but I mean, he's missed this by an absolute mile. And I think he was even surprised by that. I think you thought the next shot was key, wasn't it, from Bingham?
Well, Bingham's won the first frame. If he pots this red, he's on the black. He's got a chance to go 2-0 up. The whole concept of the match could change. He's missed that. Ron, this is not an easy shot by any stretch. It's in a blind pocket. Okay, he's not leaving much, but from then on, you know, Ronnie goes and makes 2 centuries in the next 2 frames, and from could have been 2-0 up. Stuart Bingham, he's 2-1 behind.
This was clever, you know. I mean, I don't know quite what he played. I mean, he's got the red doesn't go in many pockets, and he's managed to slither it past the green, and it goes to the right middle. You know, he's a magnificent shot maker. You know, not orthodox shots. This was what Bingham was left with from the break-off. A horrible shot, really, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. You're kind of forced into playing the positive shot for the black. He knows the cue ball's going into the bunch. This is a lovely pot into the middle pocket. You know, from under the cushion. Those shots are not easy, but it's made to look easy there.
Yeah, and this made back-to-back centuries. This is, you know, he is a devastating break builder, and he's no different now to the day he turned professional. As age has not changed that, you know, he's got everything when it comes to scoring. I mean, here, you think he's just going to go on and on from this. We like this shot, just playing on the single red. It was quite a shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the table again looks to be playing absolutely beautifully. I mean, you can get that grip on the cue ball to get the action on it, to miss the black. This was unlucky.
Foul.
He played the shot perfectly, really, but didn't see the red was going to go in.
5.
Could have cost him the frame.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was a bit unlucky there. Here, he can tie the frame. He's played to roll it in. He wouldn't play a shot at that speed, that length of the table. It must have rolled off, actually.
Yeah, definitely. He's never going to miss the red completely. So, yeah, something for the table fitters to have a look at, maybe.
He was just derailed a bit in that 4th frame because he looked brilliant, but he comes out again roaring. Great long pot. You know, he was really attacking in the whole match. And in the end, he looked really good. And this is just lovely to watch, isn't it?
This is so, they controlled that so well. It's so easy to overhit that or underhit that, but it was just perfection.
You know, and here, even then, he didn't have to play this shot. He seems to be quite attacking. As he's got older, he's almost become more attacking as a player than maybe he was certainly 10 years ago.
He was aggressive the whole match, but the one thing we did see through Ronnie in this last frame was the patience he's got.
Well, yeah, I mean, these two shots now, that blue and the next one, this was such a good shot, wasn't it?
I mean, his cue ball control is the best of anyone playing snooker. I mean, those two blues were just perfection. I mean, this red is such a tough shot, but he's put the cue ball in a place where, you know, he's going to pot it probably 8 times out of 10.
And whether the pockets are big or not, that red went in perfectly. It was a really good match. You know, Bingham, I thought, played a big part in it, but Ronnie deserves to win. He scored. He was deadly in amongst them.
And of course, the match can turn on a sixpence with Ronnie because he goes at such a pace. If he gets a head of steam up, he's difficult to keep onto his coattails.
It just shows you that, as I said, go back to that shot that Stuart Bingham missed in the second frame. You've got to keep on top of Ronnie. If you let him get up a head of steam, that, you know, he's going to steamroll you. I mean, obviously the 4-2 is closer than perhaps it should have been, but if Bingham goes 2-0 up, he's got a chance to win the match.
A word on John Higgins, Ryan Day, coming up very shortly, Neil.
Very interesting game. Ryan Day's beaten him this season. John Higgins is the one player that Ronnie respects more than anybody in the game, I would say.
Is that going to be the outcome then tonight? We're going to see John Higgins in the final with Ronnie?
I think most snooker fans would love to see that as a final. Obviously, you know, Ryan Day's in there with a great shout, but I think that's what you would love to see. It'd be a tremendous final, the group.
OK, don't go away. Coming up on the other side of the break, we'll bring you the second match of the afternoon. It's the Wizard of Wishaw taking on Ryan Dynamite Day.